Hello, welcome to episode 2.
Here's our blanket. Excellent.
Asymmetrical twin. Dropping and sinking.
Notice how
So just notice. Joining us for the second episode next week. Namaste. Hello and welcome to episode 37 of Namaste Yoga. Thank you for joining us today. I want to just let you know what, this morning I just created a fan page on Facebook for Namaste Yoga. So you can go on Facebook and search for Namaste Yoga and become a fan if you're enjoying the show. And we were just taking some pictures before and posting them to the page. Some of the behind the scenes stuff, Nika made us all yummy lunch today. So we were having lunch before, and I actually took a picture of our cameraman and posted it too. So now, yeah, you should see his face right now. So you can check out our cameraman, Tim, aka my hubby too. So yeah, sweet. So, and a thank you to Julie Sorhates, who gave a very generous donation this week. I really appreciate that. She's been a longtime student of mine, and yeah, kind of really unexpected, but much appreciated. And then Diane gave me a donation too, and she was on the show. So I feel like, wow, a lot of abundance around that this week. So this week we continue our series around the Yamas and the Niyamas. This is the final Yama, Aparigraha, and it has to do with non-hoarding. So we've been having fun with that this week and building some awareness around it. So if you want to go ahead and rest back, we will get started. Okay, so begin to settle in. And in the Yoga Sutras, it says that when we practice Aparigraha, that is non-hoarding or not being possessive of material objects, our bodies, our thoughts, our relationships, that we will discover why we were born. That's a pretty big statement. Nichola Joy Devi says it this way: we acknowledging abundance, we recognize the blessings in everything and gain insight to the purpose for our worldly existence. So I want you to just reflect right now on how this Aparigraha sits with you. How, when I first looked at this one, I was sort of thinking, I don't know, this isn't a real big one for me. If anything, I tend to throw things out too quickly rather than hang on to them. And then I started to think about the things that I was unwilling to throw out. So my books, I wasn't really willing to part with any of those. My iPhone, kind of love that. So there are certain things that we have that we really hold on to and have these attachments to. And, in a lot of ways they have to do with not trusting that the universe will provide for you, or that you have the resources within yourself to be able to care for yourself. So with the books, for example, it's about not trusting my own inner knowledge. Or with the phone, it could have to do with this sort of real grasping towards being connected and communicating with other people. So just notice what it is for you. In our class last night, I had people just say out loud what it is for them, and there were some interesting ones. People that feel that they hoard kitchen stuff, canned goods, toilet paper was one, towels, clothes, shoes. So there are, so many things that we might really kind of grasp and hold on to. We can also experience hoarding. It also happens in relationships. So in conversation, we can kind of hog the conversation sometimes. We can also, in relationships where there's power differentials, where we can kind of control one person or a group of people in relationship. And these are all examples of hoarding. So as you're resting back, focus in on your breathing, and we can really practice the opposite of hoarding by letting go. And so focusing in on the breath out particularly, and really letting go with the breath out. We can also be possessive of our thoughts, whether it be holding on to a rigid opinion or regarding ideas as your own, rather than as part of universal knowledge. That can be a kind of hoarding. So the idea is that the more we accumulate things, the more time we spend maintaining them, and the less time we have for our internal development. And I was saying last night as we were watching some television, this is actually a really difficult one in our culture because everything in our media culture encourages us to consume and consume and consume. And we were watching a commercial on TV last night that was really encouraging you to buy a new bedroom organizer so that you wouldn't have fights with your partner in the bedroom. And then this got rolled into, if you do buy it, then you get a coupon to get 15% off more stuff from this store. And it just kind of goes to show how much we're programmed to consume, and even when we do consume, we're programmed to consume more. So maybe just pay attention to how this shows up in your life. And start to create some intention around how you'll bring awareness to this through your practice. In our practice today, we're actually going to practice letting go by really working with the digestive system, the large intestine, and the colons, and really practice letting go through our bodies so that we can bring that with us onto all the other layers of our existence. When you're ready, you can start to stretch out and wiggle. And we'll start with the classic pose for elimination, which is a knee to chest pose. So we'll draw the right leg into the body, and that presses right on that ascending colon. And then you can release that right leg and draw the left leg in, so you're pushing the weight of the left leg on the descending colon. And then you can release that left leg and inhale, take the arms overhead. Let's do a side bend here to the left first so that you're lengthening out. Hey, Carrie. You're lengthening out the ascending colon on the right side. So let's just focus in on creating length through the pelvis and the rib cage. You know, it's important for the large intestine to be strong, but also supple and flexible. And then come back center and side bend to the other side. And then come back center. I don't think there's anything more peaceful than doing yoga under this tree. It's pretty awesome. This is my favorite tree in the whole world, I think. Okay, from here we're going to do a twist. Twists help you to release toxins from your organs and your body. They help to move waste through the body, through the digestive system. So let's bring the knees to the chest. And we'll take the arms to the side in a soft T, and we'll bring the knees over to the right side. And you'll look over the left shoulder. Okay, so here. Hi. We're going to work with, I think this is something that's really important to me, and we're going to work with the position of the pelvis here. So can you tuck it a bit more and lift it under a bit more? Yeah, so that's a little more perpendicular, safer for your SI joint, right? Less movement there. Does that feel tight? More stable though, maybe a little? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So though, I think it's better to do our yoga in the body of the muscles rather than sitting lax at the joints, right? That's what I'm thinking. Great. And then from here, you can straighten the legs out to the side. Great. So intensifying and lengthening here. Do you love it under the tree? Can you get a shot of the tree so they can see what we're lying under here? Just go up, yeah. And so much oxygen under here too. And finally, most of the keys have come down too, which is nice. We're kind of lying in keys. And last week, Diane and I did it on the deck in the sun, and we were about melting. So changed it up this week. Okay, come back center and draw your knees into your chest. Okay, and then we'll get you to do that twist on the other side. Great. Good, really good. So this is the thing that I'm talking about, is really keeping this, oh, nice. You just got a little adjustment there. Just really keeping this side pelvis really lifted here, very perpendicular to the ground. I think it's great for just keeping that joint really stable. Does it feel more stable? Yeah. It feels so peaceful out here today. Yeah, and then if you haven't already, straighten your legs out. You're going to get a good stretch if you put them above that root there. Nice. You may even, oh, that actually feels better in your body. You may actually be able to touch your toes here too. Hold on to your toes. Almost. Okay, and then you can release that, come back center, either bridge pose or knees to chest. And then, oh, I do have a lot of stuff on my bum. And then I'm going to get you to start to make your way over to rolling onto your bellies. So lying on your bellies is great for all your organs and great for your digestive system. So you lie on your belly. And we're going to do really simply half locust pose here. And with half locust, I want you to think about lengthening we'll start with the ascending colon again. So that space between the right rib cage and the hip, just let that be the leg lengthen that space. So pelvic tilt, reach the right leg long until it reaches off the ground. And then slowly lower it down. And we'll just wiggle the hips from side to side. And then reaching those sit bones to behind the knees. Again, lengthen long through the left leg till it reaches off the ground. Have locust on the other side. You know, Ninka, I have this spot on my butt from class yesterday. Here and here, like right in the dimples of my butt cheek that are really sore this morning. I know she's saying I didn't do anything, which is, I did the first part. when Ninka said yesterday in class, she said, now we're doing sun salutations. Everything in my body said, I don't want to. I actually even left the room at first. That's how much I didn't want to. And then when I was in the washroom, I thought, it's really not for me today. And I lay with legs up the wall. I kind of had a nap, and even she's talking other people through this, like a really good long portion of the class, and I kept thinking, oh man, that is a lot of instruction. I am so glad I'm not doing all that today. Good, and then release and wiggle the hips from side to side. That was good self-care. I'll have you know I did sun salutations on my own this morning. And all the warrior poses. Okay, now we're going to bend the right leg in Reach around and hold on to the right ankle. Hold on to the right ankle, pelvic tilt. Draw that right heel away from the buttocks and lift the chest. So I want the focus here, yeah, great, to be on lengthening that space along the ascending colon there. Sort of a different focus from usual in the pose, but it works. Different way of thinking about it. Okay, and then release. Let's do that on the other side as well. So left leg bends in, pelvic tilt, breathe in. Breathe out. The action of pulling the heel away lifts the upper body. And then you can release that down and wiggle the hips. We'll actually push up and back into child's pose. Can you hear all the birds? Yeah. They're having a conference here. They're a little concerned because we're all around their birdseed here, I think. Okay, so come up to seated. We're asking the birds to practice Aparigraha with the birdseed right now. Okay, we're gonna sit like this if this is comfortable for you with your heels and your buttocks. There's acupressure points here that encourage elimination. If it doesn't work for you, you can build yourself a platform, however blocks high, until it's comfortable for the knees that way. Okay? You two okay like this? Yeah. And then we're gonna practice a breath called Satali breath, which is cooling breath. It's great for digestion. The way it works is you make a U shape with your tongue. You stick your tongue out. And then you breathe in through the tongue. And then you take the tongue in the mouth and you breathe out through the nose. So not everybody can make that shape with their tongue. Can you guys? Yeah, you both can. Okay, so if you can't, you can just make your mouth like you're breathing through a straw. And breathe in that way. Close the mouth and breathe out through the nose. So you'll create the U shape with the tongue, breathe in through the tongue. Close the mouth and breathe out through the nose. Breathing in through the tongue. And breathing out through the nose. Just return to breathing normally and just notice if there's a cooling sensation in your body. Maybe even a calming sensation for you. I love that breath. It's great this time of year when it's starting to get hot again. I've been noticing that because it's been really hot here lately, my pitta is getting fiery and kind of fiery in my belly, and I even had a little bit of heartburn this past week, and I used that breath. It was good for that even. Okay, we're going to do Dying Warrior pose. So come onto all fours. This pose goes in the category of forgotten poses, and then it gets pulled out every once in a while. I love it though. What you're gonna do is walk to the right of your mat with your knees, and then you'll lower your left hip onto the ground, and you'll lie your belly down on the ground. And then extend your legs straight out to the side. And you'll bring the right leg straight down. And you're trying to turn your right hip towards the inside of the left thigh. Nice, that looks great. Good. So you can see Ninka does a really good job of this here. Of this turning the pelvis towards the inside of the left thigh. Dying Warrior. Do you know this pose? I thought I'd done it in your class before. I love it. For women though, depending on where you are in your cycle, sometimes your breast can be a little tender. So if that's the case and you're on a hard ground, it helps a lot just to put a blanket under your chest, and it just makes the whole thing a lot better. This one's great. I love teaching in a class setting when you're teaching, because you look out over the room and there's all these dying warriors. It's really, it's very striking visually to see a room full of people like this. Okay, and then you gather yourself up. And we'll do that on the other side. So you'll walk your knees to the left of the mat. Lower your right hip to the ground. Body comes onto the ground, chest turned towards the ground. And then you'll lengthen both legs out to the side and lower the left leg straight down. It's like hugging the earth too. It's a nice one if you feel like a heaviness on your heart. You can lie this way and really release to the ground. Okay, and then come back center. And we'll come into down dog. I'm wearing the keys this week. And then we'll take the right leg straight up and back, and you can even focus on lengthening through the ascending colon here. And then bring the right leg, bend that knee through and come into pigeon. Right heel lines up with left hip bone. And fold forward here. Nice. Great. This pose, this is like my pose these days. I can't get enough of this pose. Looks really good. So in this pose, and this is where, having a teacher is really important, and attending classes too. It's important to level the pelvis, but that's really difficult, I think, to find on your own. So just imagine if the front 2 hip bones are level, both in terms of level to the ground, but if one side might be hiked more than the other too. But a good one to check out in a class situation. And then we'll come back to down dog. Left leg comes up, lengthen out through the descending colon now, and bring the left leg through. Line up the left heel with the right hip bone and fold forward. So Ninka and Carrie, do you have any thoughts on hoarding, non-hoarding, grasping? What your sticky points might be? Maybe they don't want to share. They're both admitting to having some things that they don't want to let go of, but they don't want to share. I think they're hoarding their secrets. It's nice to feel like you don't need anything. Yeah. What about our cameraman? No comment there either. Could he let go of his camera? All right, then come back up. We will do thread the needle. I know the unevenness of the ground can prop you. Right? Okay, we're going to do thread the needle. Right arm up. Bring right arm through. Right shoulder, right side of the head. Are you getting bitten by ants? Or are you getting bit by a fly? Good, untwist, and we'll twist to the other side. Did you just get bit again?
No.
Oh. That's letting go. The ultimate letting go. Letting go of the pose. Yeah. There's the version where you take your foot out to the side and tuck your chin. And then bring them back to the ground. It is really playful. Good. Come back center. And good. That's good. That's how it should be, right? We shouldn't be. I mean, a lot of times we can get attached to our opinions. So sometimes you get in those yoga classes. I remember you telling me about an experience you had a few weeks ago where, like, everybody was taking themselves so seriously. Yeah, and then that's good, but it becomes grasping at a certain point, right? We have to live in the world too. All right, let's come up onto all fours. We'll just bring the left foot in front of the right foot. And we did. You were dealing with bites and stuff. I'm going to give you the blocks to demonstrate using the blocks. So you can put your left foot in front of your right knee, and Carrie, just take the blocks and put them on either side of your left foot. And you'll breathe in here and breathe out. Tuck the right toes under and straighten out through both legs. So Carrie, bring your back foot in. Yeah. Both legs are straight. You're folding forward over the left leg. And you can turn the blocks so that they're more upright even. Yeah, perfect. The blocks are great in this pose. I'm doing makeup for Ninka's class yesterday. This is one you did yesterday, right? So bend both knees and we'll switch the foot that's in front. So the right foot comes in front. Tuck the left toes under at the back and straighten out both legs. And then we'll bend both knees again. We'll come back to the left foot in front. This time let's create a greater distance between the left heel and the right knee. So almost like from a lunge pose. And tuck the right toes under at the back, and this time let it go on an angle. So the heel lines up with the back of the foot. Right toes turned in slightly. And we're going to do revolve triangles. So you're going to drop the right hip towards the inside of the left leg and rotate the left arm open. And I like how Ninka's using her leg. And Carrie, good. Carrie's using the block. Yes, this pose does require deep breathing. Bend both knees. And we'll switch to the leg that's in front. These poses demand that you sing opera, I find. Turning the left toe under at the back, straightening both legs. Left hand stays on the ground. Right arm opens. You're turning towards the front straight leg. Cowabunga. Feels like 5 breaths is long enough on this side. Okay, I'm practicing Aparigraha in this pose. Let's let go. Oh, there's more. Yeah, child's pose sounds good. Let's just recoup. Okay, so let's tuck the toes under at the back. Down dog. And come through, walk your feet through to standing. Come all the way up to standing. Okay, standing towards the back of your mat. I wonder why I have the most stuff on my mat. Okay. Let's, we're gonna do another pose. Pavriti Parsvakonasana. So let's take a big step forward with the left foot. Bend the front left knee. So we're set up warrior one legs. Hips are square. Inhale, reach up. Warrior one will pass through it. Exhale, forward fold over the left leg. You can put the block on your right hand on the inside, Carrie. Yeah, under your right hand. And then you turn towards the bent left leg and lift the left arm. I'm starting to think that maybe it wasn't you that made that pain in my butt. It might have been my classes this week. And then turn back center. We'll turn both toes to point straight ahead. So a wide-legged standing forward fold. Now your right toe turns forward. And you're bent over top of the right bent knee. You drop your left hand to the ground, rotate through the torso, lift the right arm up. Okay, and come back center. Fold forward in the center again. And then we'll make your way back up to standing. Okay, so shake it out a little bit here. We're gonna do this one that's really great for digestion, and it's kind of fun and silly. It's a great one to do with your kids. It'll keep them fully engaged. So we'll come into a standing forward fold. You're gonna hold on to your ankles or wherever you can reach, and you're going to walk with your feet. It's really good for digestion. Okay, enough of that. And then you can come up to standing. That's fun, right? Okay, let's lie down on our bellies, and we'll do full bow pose. So there was an ant here a second ago. You can line your bellies and bend both legs in. Roll the shoulders back and up, tuck the tail under, and breathe in. Breathe out and pull the heels away. Nice. The ground helping you here. I was on a decline. Yeah, that doesn't help too much. So another great pose for digestion. That feel okay? Still okay? Ninka's showing a bit of rocking too in this pose. I've never been a big fan of the rocking, but always admired other people that can. Okay, and then, yeah, there she goes again. Do you like that? Or do you find it easier to move than hold it? There's also the one where you roll side to side. Do you ever do that? You can actually like roll, yeah, all the way and then all the way over to the other side. Yeah. You can release if you want, Carrie. Kind of tiring. Yeah. Okay, so a child's pose after that would be good. And then make your way up to seated. We'll come to a cross-legged sitting position. So we'll sit in easy pose, and it can be great to sit up on a block. So a lot of people, when they sit, their knees are up really high like that, and then their hips grip. And if that's the case, then if you just sit up on a block, it just lets the knees fall open a little bit more. So that can be really great. So from here, we'll take your right hand to the outside of the left knee, lengthen the spine up, and twist. And this is kind of a nice twist at the end of the class, just because we worked with pressing a lot of things on the belly through this whole class. And this is a nice open twist where there's no restriction on the belly, so nice change. Breathe in, center. Breathe out, we'll twist to the other side. Remember that long exhalation that we used at the beginning of class? Lengthening out the exhalation. See this bumblebee that's coming in? Yeah. Okay, and then come back center. Let's just change the way you cross your legs. And we'll do that on the other side. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. So remembering your intention and how you are choosing to practice Aparigraha in your yoga today. And I think a lot of times in yoga too, we can grasp for the perfect pose or the perfect shape in a pose instead of really listening to where we are in a given day. And turn back center, and we'll do this on the other side. And then come back center. Let's do a mudra for giving and receiving. It's supposed to create good flow between giving and receiving. In the right hand, you'll bring the thumb, the index, and the middle finger together in the right hand. And in the left hand, you'll bring the thumb, the middle finger, and the ring finger together. And then you can rest them on the knees. I think this is a good one for Aparigraha. It's supposed to be really great for digestion too, right? Because with digestion, you take what you need from the food and you let go of what you don't need any longer. And just like in life, so you take and use what you need and you release and let go of what you don't need. Feeling each breath as that perfect balance of receiving and letting go. So bringing your hands to your heart, bowing your head, symbolically letting go of the head being the leader, allowing the heart to lead. And creating an intention for how you'll cultivate Aparigraha in your week this week. And we'll finish by greeting each other with Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for joining us for episode 37 of Namaste Yoga. Thank you to all, thank you to Carrie, and thank you to Ninka from yogabliss.me. And thank you to all the birds who came and shared their songs with us today. And thank you to all of you for joining us as well. And you can look for us on Facebook. You can find the fan page, Namaste Yoga. Just look that up and become a fan. So have a great week, and we'll see you next week. We'll be starting the 5-class series on the Niyamas next week. Looking forward to that. Namaste.